Hey, good night or good morning, whatever you are. I just put on some lipstick really fast and I came here to tell you this is going to be fast. And tomorrow I am going to make another video on this. And also, tomorrow I'm going to make a video on the news that we have from the spit incident, the snot and the spit, and how there's a little detail now from Manson's attorney saying that she was aware that that was going to happen. So we're going to talk about the spit lady tomorrow because they're going to come for her too. Boom, boom, one by one. But hey, this is about Esme Bianco. I'm reading the court files from my tablet. It is so damn small. So I am going to try to do my best because it's 1 in the morning and I'm reading it from my tablet. If anybody has a PDF of the court files that it looks like I can actually read it, then please let me know because it's hard for me to read it from the tablet. And the person who posted is not posting the link, which is okay. I understand. I'm going to try to find it on my phone. Yeah, no, if you go to California courthouse and you need the number. I have the number. We all have the number. The number is easy to get, but you need to know the name of the courthouse. And there's many courthouses in LA. So he can be in the east, he can be in the west, he can be in Beverly Hills, he can be in Glendale, he can be in the one in Orange County. He can be in so many courthouses. So unless you know the location, then it's gonna be really hard for us to have access to the things. With Johnny was very easy. With Johnny Depp was very easy to find it because it was England and everything was out there. People were just posting left and right the court files. For some reason, when you want to find something in my Manson, I have to just go over and over and over and look because it was just so hard. When you want to find something positive about him, it's hard to find. When you want to find all the negative stuff, it's very easy. So let me see. I'm checking with my friend Johnny to see if he's out. And maybe he can find it for us. I mean, I live here, so I know where the courthouses are, but this place is so spread out. And they give you the courthouse depending on where you live and depending on your zip code. So he lives in Hollywood, but in West Hollywood, but he can have a courthouse in Beverly Hills. He can have one on the west side of LA. So I had no idea which one it is. For example, the people that are covered in Britney Spears, which God bless them. I am so happy for Britney getting engaged and just fucking, oh my God, I'm so happy for Britney. It's easy to file with Britney because they know exactly where she filed. They know where she go. They know the phone number. With the phone number, you know the address. And with the address, you go on the internet and you enter the file number and you will get it because this is not a criminal case. So you can actually get it and share it with whoever you want to share because it's not a criminal case. You can find my cases in there and I can find yours. So I'm going to try to send an email to my friend here. Somebody needs to, I mean, I'm the one that should go to the courthouse. But they don't give you, they can give you this information online just fine. Are you there? Question mark. I'm live. And I am live. It's hilarious because this is all I could do. I was not sleeping yet, but I already took my meds. So that means that I should be laying down, but it's all right. This is important. So this was filed September 13, which means it is the 15th now, Wednesday, because it's past midnight. So this was filed on Monday. For some reason, the number 13. So it's giving us good luck. For us, I always like the number 13. So Monday the 13th. I did not have this when I first came in live today. and then somebody from town send me a text, and I will try really hard to find the files, so I can read them, because it's easier to read the files than to just go in a tangent over what I think, what I feel, what I think, and what I feel. But the files are here on this Instagram page. You see the real files from the dismissal on Monday 13. I have a hard time reading. I have a migraine right now. I have a hard time reading from her post. So I'm gonna try. I believe that she got it. I don't know how she got it, because I Google the dismissal, I Google news, I Google Monday the 13th, Marilyn Manson news, like in many ways, and I cannot get the damn freaking court files, because they either don't want us to get it, or they are in a different court, in a different county, which will be weird because it's LA County. So if it's LA County, we will be able to find it just with a court number, just like you can find other celebrities' court cases. If it's not criminal, if it's civil, it's there, it's out there for everybody to find. There's only one time that cases are not able to find, and that's when they involve paternity cases. This is kind of funny, but it's the way it works. So when it involves paternity, like let's say you don't know who the father is of your baby, something like that. When it involves paternity cases, those cases are shut down and you cannot access to it. And also when it involves cases of, just criminal. In cases that are already started in as a criminal case, you can, for example, we were able to watch O.J. Simpson case on TV, but that was a different case. We know why they wanted to put it on TV. Make a point. We know why, but that was an example of, for example, the Britney Spears case. The Johnny Depp case is a perfect example of that. All you need is the number and the location, which was very easy to find because it was in LA, in the UK. So we have people there in the UK. They could have just gone there and just get the papers. And then I think his name was Nick Wallace. He posted all the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard papers on his website. It was brilliant. Some people like me, with my stupid head and my big eyes, they're good for nothing. I have a hard time reading from this. So I will try to find it tomorrow. And this was not clickbait. This is good news. Obviously, I wish I can come and say, hey, you guys, it's over. It's completely over. But I'm not. I can't. It's not completely over. There's certain things that are still there, that even if he pled innocent to it, he pled innocent to all of them, by the way, all of them. But also, there's one little thing that it needs to be either investigated, or they're going to try to investigate it, or maybe because it's not true and because they will not find any, enough evidence of the human trafficking item. That's the only thing that is missing. And also they want a jury, they want a trial by jury. And before my channel, I talk about how I am not very keen, and I'm not a fan of the jury trial, because that means strangers, that people usually don't like him per se. So that means, they get people, they can send me, they're not going to send me to be in a court with Manson, bro. Of course not. What are the odds? But every time I did jury duty, which I love, by the way, because I love going to court, and just like, to me, it's so interesting. Every time I did jury duty, I'll go there, and it could be a case that is super boring, and it could be a case that is whatever. I usually get the boring ones, but I go there for the coffee, the donuts, and the knowledge. And it could be anything. And if the person is there, let's see this person happen to be famous, and I happen to not like the person, and I'm in the jury, man, I don't know. It's like, I'm not saying that I'm just going to go on them without proof and without evidence, but who is to know that people are very, very, very biased when it comes to Manson. They already have the blindsided. They have an idea of him. I'm not looking at people like us, or people on Instagram, or people, no. I'm talking about the peeps out there that have no idea. They don't know his music, they don't know his music videos, and they still think he's guilty all the way from Columbine to this day. If they get people like that in the jury, which They might, because the jury is supposed to be, it's supposed to be a group of, it is black, white, people that are successful, people that are not successful, students. The jury could be anybody. It's so random. So we might get lucky, and we get people that are, artistic, and people that are open-minded. And even if they don't like Manson, they're open-minded enough to look at the evidence and say that is bullshit. But we might get people that are biased against him and just haters, and that's gonna suck. So that's the only thing I don't like about this file from Monday, is they're requesting a jury by Jesus, trial by jury on the account of the human trafficking, which is very strange, because what are the juries gonna do? Like, if this happened, let's pretend that was Esme says that happened. There's no witnesses. What she's saying is that she was going from airplane to airplane, airport to airport. He was human trafficking her from the airport to the hotel. Like, how does she's gonna prove that? And if they put a jury there, okay, the jury is gonna be like, dude, I don't know. Like, I supposed to have knowledge about human trafficking? Like, one thing is trial by jury when it comes to violence, and that's something that people can be like, well, fuck this. But human trafficking, unless it's somebody who's a specialist on that, and it can just see, and it can see on Manson that he did that, all right, then I wash my face and my mouth with bleach, and I'll never talk about him ever again. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna prove anything besides being idiots. So everything else were cool. Everything else were cool, which is also what's happening with Chloe Black. The whole thing got dismissed. The moment that, God bless Colonel Kurtz, but the actress Paula Weiss from the movie Groupie, right there on her channel, and the Manson people, the court people, got a hold on her channel, which is great. And then the next file even had a link to her YouTube channel. Proof Exhibit A: the actress Paula Weiss from the movie Groupie is still alive. So the whole thing with Chloe Black went down because she lied about the fact that the actress was dead. So there you go. The judges do not like liars. It doesn't matter who you are. Lawyers, yeah, lawyers don't mind if you lie a little bit, because you're lying for the greater good. They see it as like, hey man, we're gonna lie. We can get something bigger from lying. Let's lie. But judges, no, and they don't care if you're Britney Spears. Obviously, they have not been caring for 13 years for Britney. They don't care if you're Johnny Depp. They don't care if you're Marilyn Manson. They're gonna judge. They're gonna see the evidence, and they want organized evidence. They don't want bullshit. They don't want people outside the court screaming. Judges are they're very stoic like that. You're not gonna get one emotion from a judge. So, which is good, which is what we want. We want a judge trial with a judge, not on Instagram, not on Twitter, not even on YouTube. Are you watching? Johnny, are you here? I'm sorry. I have, this is like nothing compared to some other days that I come up. At least I put some red lipstick. It's either Johnny or Tammy. Who are you? All right. Whatever. I am just gonna leave it here. So I know it's late. It's late in the United States. It's late in Europe. It's late everywhere. For what I can calculate for the people that I know. It's quite late. But anyway, so if you find the documents, please send them to me in a PDF attachment, to the way that I can read it. I don't mind reading documents. I like reading documents. It's not boring at all. But I need to read them, this size, regular page size. Like, this is actually giving me migraines right now. But this is documents, so you know that we're telling the truth, okay? And this was signed Monday the 13th. So this is the latest we have. We have nothing from today, because nothing happened today, but it happened on the 13th, which I only know about it today because somebody texted me, and somebody texted me and told me, oh, I was like, oh. The same person told me well, human trafficking and the labor thing might still be there. And that one is going to be really hard. Remember what I was saying a couple months ago? I said that it's going to be hard to prove that he didn't human traffic her. I know that he didn't, but it's going to be hard unless he has plenty of messages from her and proof that she wanted to stay in his house and not in the hotel, proof that she wanted to come here and it wasn't him insisting. They're gonna have to, he is gonna have to have proof of that. If he has those emails from her, that's gold. That would be brilliant. But coming from him, he's not very organized when it comes to that stuff. I mean, no hate, but he hasn't been. So hopefully he was organized and he kept those emails, all those emails or text messages if they were on an iPhone. They can be, trust me, they can be recovered. And messages from her saying, "Oh my God, I can't wait until I get there. All right, you can stay at my house," and blah blah blah, and all the, you know, the good friendship that they had in the beginning, how happy she was about coming here. That's it. That's all we need. That's all we need to just dismiss the human trafficking, because well, pretty much what she's saying is that she was forced. She was forced to come here by on the pretense of a fake project that it never happened. We know that he's been talking about, "I want to kill you like they do in the movies," for ages. He talked about that before she even got here. He talked about that with all the magazines. He said, "I'm going to make a movie. It's going to be called I Want to Kill You Like They Do in the Movies." So he talked about it before. So she knew that it was a project that he talked about with different publications and probably different friends. And he said, "You perfect for the role." She knew exactly what it was. She knew that he lived in LA, that he was not going to go to the UK and film it. She knew exactly what was going on. The only thing that I can think about is maybe she thought she was going to stay in a hotel. And then she said, "Well, stay in my place." That's the only thing that I can think that she might try to squeeze that and milk that and say, "Well, he forced me to stay in his place." I think that Manson invited over and they start making the movie and then probably they start hooking up, which that's the problem. That was the problem. Means that was a mistake right there. But anyway, the past is the past, and it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard to recover all those messages and all that, and the itinerary from the trips from UK to here. I mean, yeah, you can say that. You can say that she wasn't forced to get on an airplane. Okay, we're not talking about Evan when Evan was 19 or 20. We're talking about a woman that was late on her 20s when she did this. She was not forced to come to the UK, to the LA. She was forced to nothing. She was forced to nothing. Okay, she wasn't forced to do drugs. She wasn't forced to be in the video. She signed a contract to be on this video. She wanted to be on the video. There's pictures that she's so excited and she's talking about the video. And they're both talking about the video. This was not false pretense. This was not human trafficking. Okay, she wanted to be on it. And well, okay, we can argue that a lot of the times we want a job so bad, and then you get to the job and you're like, "Oh my God, that sucks." And you feel that your boss is completely abusive and he's an asshole. Something like that might have happened. I don't think it happened. I don't think so. So that's what Manson needs to get. He needs to get proof, emails and texts from her talking about how excited she is and thanking him for the trip and things like that. Things like that are going to just make her look like she is full of it, which we know. I'm checking my email. If anybody happens to find what was filed on Monday the 13th, it looks like this. It looks like any court paper, but this is from Instagram, and I can't really read it. I can't really read it because it's so tiny. But it's there. I have it. This person got it. That means I can get it. Like I've been getting all of them. And I read Ashley Morgan, Ashley Walters, Chloe Black, Esme. I read all those. It took me 4 hours to read each filing, but I read it because I found it easy to read from the court paper than me going on a tangent like I'm going right now. So I read it. I don't mind. I have the time to read it. I promise to you that I will read it. And it can be tedious, but I will read it because I think that we need it to be more organized. I need to be more organized in the way that the videos come out. I like to sit here and just like talk smack and criticize, the women and the coven of the witches and all that. But also, I like to have the court papers in front of me, be able to read. But this is not even legible. It's so 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 small. Um, so I wish. Oh my gosh, I'm really trying to. But pretty much what's going on is being dismissed because the what she tried to do was she tried to like make it in just slither her way in the accusations is that it was after the Phoenix Act. It was before the Phoenix Act was signed. And if we calculate the years, Mason's lawyer give it to her saying, well, this was before you guys signed the act, and going for the date, unless you have a neurological problem or something that you can actually show that you have Alzheimer or dementia or something like that that it stops you from remembering things. That will be the only way that Esme Bianco can get away with this, saying that she doesn't remember because she has a neurological problem, like a brain stroke. Okay? I know it's so far fetched what I'm saying, but I don't know. If I was her lawyer, I'd probably be like, hey, hit your head against the wall. And then we're going to go and say that you have, because really, it's impossible for somebody who is healthy, a woman who was working in movies and TV shows, that you use your memory so much when you work as an actress. You're going to tell me that she didn't remember what happened. There's one thing she has is memory. So unless she can prove that for some reason she didn't remember it, she gonna have to prove something physical and not just based on her emotions. The court is not going to care. Judges don't care about your emotions. They care about evidence. They want to see evidence. Crying in court, trust me, ain't gonna do a damn thing. Okay, it's better if she is in control, and probably she's not going to be. But we can count on him to be in control because we know how he rolls, right? If he goes to the hearings for the human trafficking, he might not even go. His lawyer might just go. Maybe that's a better idea. Is going to be, I think, if he goes, or the lawyer, the attorney goes, Howard King is going to be very stoic, and it's going to be, just like he was in Kanye West listening party, stoic, standing there, strong. I feel like if anybody's going to throw a tantrum, it's going to be the girls. And I can't wait until tomorrow morning or tomorrow in the afternoon or tomorrow night. I wonder if she didn't even, I need to check Evan. Not right now, but when I get up, I'm going to check Evan because she's probably throwing a tantrum on her Instagram already. And I won't be surprised if that starts happening because that's kind of how they are. They are reactive. They're not active. They're not proactive. They don't think with the brain. They just making decisions from here. And that's not work. That is like the worst thing you can do. And I know it's hard for somebody who, these people are so emotional, they're actors, but you have to put that up your butt and you have to be really cold if you want people to take you serious. They are being so reactive with the tantrums and the little song and the flipping off and the little passive aggressive, Evan Richard with passive aggressive singing that song and flipping off. That's being reactive. That's called reacting, and that is not something that a judge wants to see. You're looking like a fool. So knowing him as we know him, not personally, but we know what he's about. Chances are he's just gonna stand there stoic, like I said, and probably not say a word unless he's supposed to, unless he's been asked. And they're gonna look stupid. So the one thing is the human traffic, because everything else got dismissed because she didn't file it in time. It's just a matter of time how this happened. It doesn't say that well, got dismissed because this man is free. This man never done that. No, they're not saying that. I wish, but they're not saying that. They're not saying he is innocent. He's saying I'm innocent, but they're not saying he's innocent, which just sucks because this is what happened. The justice system is like that. They're not going to say, oh, she's innocent. They're going to say, this has dismissed, but lady, let's say it's me now, Manson. If you want your innocence and you want to clear your name, you have to do a recount, and then you just have to just perjury and all that, which is what Johnny Depp Johnny Depp did. So if he really wants to clear his name, to me, he doesn't have to. To any of us, no problem. You don't have to clear your name, right? But to all the motherfuckers, all the fuckers out there that unfollow him and that they give a shit and they just send little comments, little saying like, I was so much into him, but now I can see that he's a piece of shit. He's whatever, you know. I'm not into revenge and I'm a very logical person. Believe it or not, you see me jumping up and down. I am a very logical person. And this is what I like this case because this case was not as emotional as the Johnny case. This case is all about logic. Um, you're not going to move me. If you come back and say, oh, I used to like Manson, then I hate him and now I like him again because now we see that he's not guilty. Well, you know what? I got nothing to tell you. The same with the management people, the same with the celebrities that unfollow him, the same with the people that cancel him and remove his characters from the TV show and did not give him the chance to keep acting, which is something that he loved to do. The people from the venues that got the he has to cancel because he got fired from those jobs. Bye. Bye, Felicia. So if you happen to find the court filings from Monday the 13th, which is 2 days ago, the courthouse in Los Angeles is big. I don't know if he's going to West Hollywood, he's going to Orange County, or he's going to the Valley. That's the problem. If I know the one that he's going to, I, from my computer, or you do, anybody can have access to his case. Only a number. All you need is a number because it's not a criminal suit, it's a civil, so that we can have access to the case. Without the zip code of where the courthouse is, I've been trying for like 2 hours. It's really hard. It's really hard because there's so many cases, and the numbers are so tiny, and they have like a slash and a dot and capital letter and a small letter, and it's crazy to find a number. If you know what's the name where is that courthouse, then it's way easier. Just you have more chances to find the number. If you find it, send it to me or to any of us because we all on the same boat together. But probably send it to me so I can read it. As you know, I love reading. I love reading court papers, especially when it's good news. And I will share with everybody. And if you guys get it before me, please share with me. I have it here. I can look at it. As you can see, I'm looking at it, right? This is it. This is it. Okay. I can look at it, but I can't really read it because it's so damn tiny. And it says Western Division, Central District of California, Western Division. That can be anything. That can be a lot of things. The Western Division is there's West LA, there's West Hollywood, there's West and San Fernando Valley. There's a West Division. My God, it will take me all night. Maybe tomorrow. I'm super tired right now. It's like 1 in the morning, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sleeping. I was ready to go to sleep, but yeah, I wouldn't have the computer open this late. But anyway, this was cool, important. So please, okay. So gosh, I'm trying to zoom in. Defendant denies each and every allegation. Defendant denies each and every allegation. Defendant denies each and every allegation. This is by items, okay? So there's one. He denies 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're not gonna know. We're not gonna say what they are. We know at this point what the allegations were, right? That nonsense. Defendant admits the allegation of page 8. Defendant admits the allegation of page 9, which I think those are related to that she was living there with him, and not the human traffic, but the fact that she was living there with him, and then she came from the UK. He admits to that, which it is what it is. I trust his lawyers, know way better than any of us here. And if they told him to do that, that's probably a good thing. Just like he admitted that he spit on the lady from New Hampshire. Sometimes you have to admit little things so you can just deny everything else and win. Defend lack of knowledge and information sufficient to the allegations to paragraph 10, which is the ones of sexual assault and the R word. Those pretty much lack of knowledge and information on the item means that, hey, she didn't give me enough proof, so I don't know. I'm lack of knowledge. I don't know. It's such a passive aggressive way to say it, but it's so cool. It's so cool. It's like, I don't know, like you're talking about me assaulting you and stuff, but you're not giving me enough information, so I'm lacking of knowledge. That's pretty much what it is. So you can say deny what you're saying that I did to you. I deny it, but also you can say that you're lacking of knowledge. So Esme, that means you have to give the court some proof because they don't have the knowledge. They don't understand it because you didn't really show anything besides a little half picture of somebody's back with whipping. So lack of knowledge, information, lack of knowledge, and this is probably about the house and about the assault, pretty much, and all the stuff that she was saying, like lack of knowledge. There's a lot of that, a lot of defend, deny. Oh my God, there's like 44 items, and there's 40 of 2 of denied, and there's only 1 of admit, and there's 3 of lack of knowledge. So the one that is that this is that he admits to it. Don't jump the gun. It's probably not something so bad as we think it is. It could be that he admits to do the drugs. Could be something like that. So no worries. We know him. He's never going to admit to human traffic her. Okay. But for example, if they say, well, does she stay with you in your apartment? He has to admit that it's true. If you have sex with her, yes, he has to admit. So that's probably what it is. And the second cause of action, I'm really trying, this is really hard to read from my tablet. Defendant repeating alleged the denials, government's omissions from Esme Bianco. It's the second cause of action. It's not asserted again. Lack of knowledge. I love lack of knowledge. I'm just going to say that next time I go to court against somebody, I usually don't go to court against people. I usually go to court to help people and to advocate. But I'm not a lawyer, but just to advocate and help them out, do some paperwork and stuff for people. But if I go against somebody next time, I'm just going to be like, just, the lack of knowledge. I don't know. I can't say if I did that or if I didn't do it because I'm lacking of the knowledge that you're trying to show me. You're not showing me enough, so it's lacking of knowledge. That is a good one. Very passive aggressive, and this is why lawyers are brilliant at what they do. So this paper is not saying that he didn't do it. What they're saying is that what she's saying that he did has been dismissed, but there's one that it hasn't, and there's one that either he admit to some of it, which is probably the bring her to California to give her a job. Probably he admit to that, and this is me paraphrasing. This is me kind of going on theories. What is it? What is the thing that he could have admit to? The sex, the drugs, the job that he, but when I'm saying he's bringing her from the UK, that is not trafficking. That is like, if you live in Europe and I live here and I'm like, yeah, we should hang out. Oh, let me bring you here. You know what I mean? Let me bring you here. Let get you a ticket. Let me bring you here. It's just a friendship thing. They're not even together. There wasn't even sexual. She said there wasn't even sexual. So she cannot really accuse him of trafficking for sexual for sexual jobs for sexual reasons, because she said 100 times that they had no relationships, sexual physical relationships for months. So she's saying that the trafficking happened only so he can have control over her and make the movie with her and just abuse her during the movie and all that. That she's saying there was a pretense job. It wasn't a pretense job. Esme, he talked about it in many publications that he wanted to make this movie that was going to be called "I Want to Kill You," like they do in the movies, and it was a real project. Even if it's hard for her to hear that, and you are no special snowflake. Okay, he could have got any other actress from town, but for some reason, he had the bad luck to get not infatuated or crushed or anything, but kind of he thought that she was perfect for the role. And everybody makes mistakes, okay? That's it. That is in the past. That doesn't mean that he's always going to do that. It doesn't mean that he's always going to be blamed for things. And it also doesn't mean that we have to become so jaded that we cannot tell people, hey, come over and work for me and help me out. Like I don't want to be jaded. I don't want to be cynical. That I don't want to, I want to have the freedom to say to a friend that lives out of state, for example, out of the country, I don't know, but out of state, hey, come over. Like you can stay here. You don't have to pay rent. Is that trafficking? It's gonna make all of us so scared and so paranoid, and I really don't want to be like that because of the bullshit that Evan and Esme have been doing, and it's making us either feeling guilty, or feeling paranoid. In my case, I feel paranoid because I know I didn't do anything like this to anybody in my life, but I do feel that somebody might just be somebody might be framed. Even all of us can be framed. Framing people is so damn easy. I always said that. It's so easy. Woman and man, is so easy to frame people. So I learned that at the job. So if you don't see the signs, you can be framed. The smartest person, just like Johnny, look what happened to Johnny. Frame from day one. So you can be super smart and you don't see it coming. You can be framed. So it kind of sucks that we all becoming jaded and cynical, and I don't want that. I still want to believe that women get abused. The women are not all liars. The women, some of them have a lot of things to say and horrible things happen to them. And I want to know who is who. I want to be able to distinguish. And also for men. I don't want to think all men are liars, all women are liars. It's a fight we're going to have within ourselves after this is over and after Johnny Depp is over, hopefully with a good outcome, and the Manson is going to have a good outcome. But remember all the stuff that he's been through for months and months, and Johnny for years and years. And that's going to leave some type of scar and in our psyche, not a physical scar. Maybe that too. And it's going to make all of us like, for the future. Hopefully not. I don't want to change the way I see things because I'm scared that somebody's going to frame me. That I'm going to find a Esme Bianco at Starbucks and she's going to accuse me of like just looking at her butt or something. Jesus Christ. I won't ever look at, no, I don't like her. Gosh, she's like so gross. And her accent is annoying. Anyway, there's deny on any of this, a lot of this. There's two that he admits. I will have to search and see which ones are those, but I'm sure they're the small ones. Like, yeah, drugs, yeah, I had sex with her, yes. What are you gonna do? You can't just sit there and deny absolutely everything, because then you kind of look like a fool. You have to deny the ones that are worth denying. For example, the case in New Hampshire with the ladies that says that he snot and spit at her. So that's two incidents. He accepted it happened. He didn't deny it. He accepted it because he knows better. his lawyers know better. You cannot really deny something like that. But this, yes, you can fight this. And I hope he doesn't have to fight the human trafficking for too long, and that is not, it doesn't become very difficult, because a lot of things, the logistics and everything when it comes to immigration are so, oh my God, it can be just, it can take years. So hopefully he doesn't have to deal with immigration and trafficking, because that can take forever. But it's good news, man. It's good news. Okay, yeah, this was filed September 13. There you go. I'm just gonna show. See, like maybe you can just get the case number, write it down. See, September 13. Everybody, yo, 2 days ago. Good news. Get the case number. Get on it. I am going to put the case number here, and all you need is the zip code and the name of the courthouse, because there are at least 20 in the same county. And once you have that, you go to the LA court, lacourt.org, and you can easily, you can't do it with Britney Spears. You can't do it with a criminal case. You can't do it with a case that involves minors. Of course not. But you can do it with this case, and you can find their files. That's how they did it with Johnny Depp. A lot of stuff was leaking, or it leak. It's not a leak. It's pretty much us trying to find it. If you go on Google and try to find this, it's gonna take you a long time, because for some reason when you Google any of this Manson stuff, the girls come up first, and you have to click like a bunch of times, next, 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 in order to get to Manson and to something that is a little bit on his favor. The first 2 pages that you get are all the Me Too, and they all on Esme. I'm saying that is really messed up. Look at my hair. God, I'm gonna wash my hair. I gotta go to bed, but I gotta take a shower first. I was about to lay down, okay, and I'm here because I'm happy. So Monday 13, we got good news on a Friday the 13th as well last month. Remember, it was August the 13th. There was, I think, Chloe Black getting dismissed, or his lawyer popping out and talking about how it was a conspiracy, and finally speaking. There was something happening on the 13th of the last month. I don't know. So maybe there's something to do with that. And so glad. I'm so glad that we can just share this, and whatever we're doing here, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's doing something. Even if it's not doing anything um, for him that he knows about, he probably doesn't know about anything within us, you know what I mean? And making us feel like we're not alone in this bullshit, and that he's not alone in this bullshit. He might feel that he is, but I wish there was a way that he knows that he's not alone. And there's a lot of haters, but also there's a lot of people like us. So yeah, I'm gonna go. So last thing I need to say was, it was going to be, yeah, dismissed. Human trafficking, don't worry about it. I think there is a lot of ways that he can go around that, and that's just gonna take some time. And usually this is how court is. It's like you got away with one thing, and you're like, oh yeah, and then another thing pops. I'm like, oh shoot. So this is kind of how it works. Yeah, they're not saying he's completely innocent, but they're saying that he's not guilty, which is great. It's just great. Of course, we don't like the sound of that, right? We want him to clear his name. We want these people to get on their knees and just apologize. We want his management to apologize. You know what? When it comes to it, even if they apologize, I'll say fuck it. Like, we don't want those people. Like, get a better manager. Be your own manager. Like, we don't need people that are gonna come crawling. This is kind of what everybody does with celebrities, and it's messed up. where they don't believe the celebrity is going through something, and then the celebrity showing the truth, and then the fans go come out, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I thought that you were this, that you were that, but now that you're not, I can be your fan again. No, I say fuck you to that. To people like that didn't believe us, that didn't even try. Because I'm not saying you have to believe us blindly. That they didn't even people didn't even try to do the research. Those people really pissed me off. The people that didn't like Mason from the 90s and they're having all these observations, and they're just those people are just, they don't know any better. Do you know what I mean? But the people on YouTube, people that are young enough to do their research, people that are young enough to go on YouTube, Instagram, and do their research in the timelines and don't do it because they go and jump to the conclusion that he's a monster. Um, mm-mm. Yeah, one thing is being ignorant, like I said, ignorant is a bliss. Another thing is like not be ignorant, having the resources to read, to do your research and not do it, and just believe the media just because you're too damn lazy to do it yourself. So we thankfully have the internet, and even if you don't have a computer, you have something, you have a phone, you got something. Get on it, search, research, even if this happens to somebody else that you happen to like. I'm sure with Johnny Depp and Marilyn Manson, this is going to be old news someday. Someday. Next time this something happened to somebody that you like, female or male, don't jump, Don't jump on conclusions. Just do your thing. Do what we're doing right now. And I'm not saying you got to believe me. You got to believe yourself and what is coming from your heart. From your heart is telling you, oh, this is true. Because that usually does not fail. I noticed that. And when Columbine happened, I knew that he had nothing to do with it. And I'm saying this for reals. And I knew without looking at the papers, without looking at no type of, there was no evidence. This was a personal thing. How can you prove that you're not an evil person? But I knew, as really, I knew well that they were gonna put it on somebody, and I didn't know it was gonna be him. But for the whole day, I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be some space gold," and it was him, and it was plus, it was Metallica, it was Ozzy Osbourne, it was Alice Cooper, and I didn't know the names of the person that were gonna go down in particular, but I had that feeling that somebody was gonna be framed for it, and I did not let that go. And I since then I became a person that is logical, even if people just see that I'm all over the place. I'm logical, and I like science, and I like law, and I like justice, and I do believe in the justice system in the United States. I don't know about the UK while you all doing this thing to Johnny, but there's bad judges everywhere. Maybe the UK has great justice system, maybe we just got a bad one. Um, Even in that case, I do. Somebody asked if he should go for perjury. Um, if I was him, I wouldn't do it right away. It's pretty so draining and mentally exhausting, and I don't know the perjury. Because it's like, well, revenge. We want revenge. We want these people to admit that they commit perjury. Um, at the moment, it's like, no. I just want his name to be clear. I just want the people that didn't believe him, have a try to sleep tonight. If you didn't believe, I'm going to sleep right now thinking that I was not here defending a rapist, and you can too, probably. Whoever's watching, thank you. Um, I'm trying to look not too bad for the time of the day that it is. It's not even a Friday night. Oh my God, I gotta work tomorrow and do a lot of shit. It's Wednesday, and I do not like Wednesdays at all. It's a fucked up day, man. But anyway, I'm gonna be sharing the news, and I'm gonna go on with my day. And tomorrow evening, I'll come back. here, and there's any more news that we talk about it, and there's nothing new about Esme, then I'm going to talk about the snot and the incident, not the assault, the incident about the spit and the snot, because I saw something on Google today. I didn't get to read it because I wanted to come in here first. And I don't know what this woman wants anymore. I think she wants $2,000. I will say just give it to her. It's just like stop, And he did he did play guilty of that, by the way, of doing that, but they're saying that he didn't do it on purpose. That is a definition between an incident and assault. Assault is something that I'm doing to you knowing I am aware that I'm doing this to you. An incident of physical contact can happen me not being aware that I'm doing this to you. So like let's say I hit you on the subway. We're on the subway, okay? And it's really busy and I bump you. And you can think it can feel like crap and you can get hurt and think I assault you, but I didn't assault you because I was not aware of what I was doing. And Manso was not aware. Manso was not aware that he was spitting, and particularly on her face, that he picked her. So that's why this case is so much bullshit. Because assault, there has to be awareness from both sides. And this to me was an accident. Yeah, pretty gross. Yeah, nobody wants to be spit. Yeah, whatever. It happened. It's an accident. And that's it. That's what it is. Not assault. Because for assault, he should have he has to be planning this. Like, I'm going to go and do this to her right there. No, that didn't happen. So to me, for what I know about California, that is not assault. Okay. New Hampshire is different. Or they're acting different because it's him. And they're being biased, which won't surprise me. So, okay, bye, Esme Bianco. And let's see what we can find, what documents we can find. So this is not so chaotic. And I'll come back tomorrow one way or the other, for one thing or the other. If there's no news, then I'll still come back. So when I chat and stuff, you can just look at my hot mess that I am right now. So I come back one way or the other. I'm sure there's something good is going to happen. I got a good feeling. And another 13, Friday 13, Monday 13. So maybe October the 13th, something good is going to happen. It's always been on the 13th. Maybe it's a coincidence, but I think it's cute. Anyway, have a good night. It is almost midnight West Coast time. I'm out to bed or to just read a little bit so I can get sleepy, because right now I'm like hyper and happy and I gotta wind down. I'll make some tea. Yeah, I drink that lame sleepy tea. So lame, but it works out. And do what I gotta do to get some sleep. Lily. She is here because I'm not in the bed. She's waiting until I get to the bed. And then when I get to the bed, she's coming to the bed. The moment she is like right there. Lily, what's up with you? My God. Okay. That's her. All right, good night, everybody. If you're watching this later, I'm sorry, but this is not too bad. It doesn't look too bad. I gotta wash it. I don't wash my hair too much because it's really humid and nasty. It's not too bad. Anyway, thank you so much. And remember, we're not born with enough, right? Not born with enough finger. The middle ones. The same fingers that Evan did this to when she was singing this song. So yeah, not enough middle fingers, man. Cool. Show love somehow. Play his music. Just go out, scream. Maybe you can. In the whatever time zone you happen to be. Share the news. you know, write something cute, something good, something positive. I'm trying not to dwell on the energy of these women because it's really dark, and I am trying to have a good time and enjoy the news. Okay, love you guys, and bye. Thank you, Esme.